Hi friend, I'm Mads, and welcome to Going Mads podcast, where we'll be talking everything mental health, self-care, positivity, and all the different types of neurodivergencies. This is a safe place where we'll get vulnerable, talk about all our struggles without judgment, and even share what works for us and some simple self-care habits that we enjoy doing to help our mental state. I do want to say that I am not a professional or a doctor of any sort. I am here just to share my experiences and share other people's experiences and be able to share our stories. And if you can relate to it, all the better. But I'm not here to tell you what to do or how to manage what you may have. So with that being said, do not listen to all of my advice because again, I'm not a professional. I'm just here to share my story and my experiences along with my guests. With that being said, today we'll be talking about myself and my story today. Hi, I'm Mads, and I created this podcast because I wanted to give a voice to people who are neurodivergent as myself. I have ADHD, and I just want to give a voice to those who I feel I don't hear from often. So I really just want to help those be able to share their stories and help those who may experience the same, I don't want to say stories, but the same type of thing or struggles, and possibly give them an answer to what they may be feeling. For me personally, I have ADHD. I was diagnosed when I was 25, so about a year. Was it 25 or was I 24? My diagnosis was both surprising but at the same time made a lot of sense because it just did. Especially whenever I went back and thought about all my experiences, I'm like, oh, those were obvious signs that I had ADHD. But it wasn't obvious to me at the time because of the fact that I didn't necessarily know everything about ADHD. I'm still learning about ADHD, and my whole brain was just like, oh, there's no way I have ADHD. I'm not your typical ADHDer. Or what I thought at the time was your typical ADHD person. But turns out there's a lot more than meets the eye when it comes to ADHD, and those are the signs that I had. ADHD affects me in a lot of ways. I wouldn't say like me being diagnosed with it changed my life, because it hasn't, but it's given me a lot of clarity and self-awareness when it comes to certain things that I do. And there's a lot of things that I do that makes a lot of sense because of my ADHD. So for example, whenever for lunch I'll make something easy because I don't like to have that many steps whenever it comes to making myself food, especially if it's just me myself. Like, it's not me and my boyfriend, but it's just me. It just makes it a lot easier for my brain if it's like leftovers and I just have to put it in the microwave, or if I just have to make toast and put peanut butter on it or something. It's like something easy. It can't be like a full-on 5-course meal type thing. But if I'm cooking dinner for me and my boyfriend, I can do that. It's just, if it's just me, I can't. For some reason, it's just, yeah. Anyway, I'm also very picky with food as it is because of textures. Sensory issues over here. So that's how like it affects me like in a daily aspect, but I didn't know I had ADHD beforehand, so it hasn't really like changed the way I eat. It's just I'm now more self-aware of like why I eat the way I eat, or however I'm trying to explain that. I have a few tools that occasionally help me with my ADHD. I will link it. It's a whole like list of tools, how much it costs, what it does. Yeah, it's a whole like thing. Obviously it's a thing, it's a list. But it's like a Notion list that I made for ADHD exclusively. I am not medicated, and so it's really hard to manage my ADHD that way because I don't know. I haven't tried any medications. I want to, but that is so expensive, so I'm trying to find natural ways of managing it. It's not easy. But I am working on it, and I am in search of like natural ways of managing it. I do find that tricking myself or tricking my brain into doing certain things really helps, or making into like a game or a job. And by job, I mean, like for me personally, when I got my first job as a waitress, we had like a morning shift where we would clean up the space, the restaurant, before customers were able to come in. And for me, I have been able to find a way of creating a morning shift for myself in a way that I can get chores done in the morning as opposed to having to wait in the middle of the day or night to do it. And I call it my morning shift because it's like my morning shift at work that I used to work at. And that has really helped me with chores, so I'm really enjoying that. And that's basically me. I have a lot more I could say, just I don't know what to say. I am new to podcasting. I'm really excited for what this podcast is, what it's for, and for my future guests. I will talk to you guys next week. See you later.